Joba, what's it feel like to be back here?
It was weird. I didn't know what the Vision Clubhouse was, honestly. Just driving up, just the memories from, when I first started and got my opportunity here, and now to see it, it was a fun ride, and it's definitely weird being on the other side and trying to put it all in perspective, and just how grateful I was for the opportunity in my first 7 years here.
Have you had a chance to run into some of your former teammates?
No, they had a Sunday night baseball game, which was a shocker. So they got in pretty late. I saw K. Long and our bullpen catcher, who was with me my whole career. So, it was good to see them. It's always fun to catch up with them, and obviously ask how their families are doing and stuff like that. So, it'll be interesting when we go to stretch and see everybody out there.
When you're a guy that comes up with the kind of hype that you did back in the day and that kind of success early, does that add any pressure for you with that organization going forward here? And was that something you had to deal with over the years and figure out how to deal with?
No, I don't think it's, everybody's going to, put expectations and pressure, but there's nobody that put, bigger ones than myself. So, it was obviously you get one chance to make a first impression, and mine wasn't too bad. So it's just one of those things where you try to go out every day and give everything you got. And, sometimes you come up short, and, it's not for lack of effort. It's just the way this game is played out to be.
In terms of your transition from New York to Detroit, what's been the biggest difference for you?
Less traffic. No, it's it's still the same game, and that's that's one of those things where sometimes here with everything going on that you sometimes forget, and you try not to let it get in the way, but it catches up with you at times. And obviously in Detroit, it's one of those places where there's not much going on, and it's not talking bad about the city or whatever, but it's obviously not a secret that it's a struggle. But having the team and the Tigers and what they stand for, and obviously how they believe in their sports and they support their sports, it's along those same lines. It's the same in that aspect for the love and the dedication that the fans have. And the game is still the game, and I think it's the biggest difference is, well, number one, there's less media, and other than that, it's really not too much.
Joba, what is the biggest adjustment you had to make so far as playing in Detroit?
I think the biggest adjustment was, continuing in spring training to go out and earn my job. I knew they obviously brought me over for a reason, and they had great arms. But, going out after the terrible year I had last year, and, to continue to prove and to show what I could do, and, just to earn that spot back. And obviously they signed Joe, and, my job was to get the ball to him, and that's what I felt like from day one when I signed. And, obviously it's played itself out pretty well.
Does it feel particularly good coming back here, with the season that you've had so far compared to how you left?
I think so. I mean, obviously this game is not about me. It's about my teammates, and it's about, us being in first place and putting together a pretty good season so far. And, I think to be a part of that has been great. To be in a lot of games. We've got a great pitching staff and a great offense, and it allows us guys in the back end of the bullpen to get a lot of opportunities. And, it's always one of those things to be able to, to come back to where it all started for me. It's, New York will always be special in my heart. They gave me the opportunity to play this game. They've seen me grow up. They've seen my son grow up, and they've definitely will always have a piece in my heart. And I literally couldn't thank them more for obviously giving me this opportunity to play this game and to still can play this game.
Joba, I know you hosted some of your teammates last night. What was that like, and how important was that for the team as we get into the dog days now and you guys tried to keep this run going?
I think it was great, and it felt really good. Obviously, come back and have them at a place that me and a few friends have worked hard for, and it was so nice to be able to have them there and just enjoy and have some food and watch some games and just to be around one another. It's one of those things when you get into August, it just gets long, and the bus trip, the flights and everything like that. It's nice to just get away and be able to hang out and kind of get away from baseball for those couple hours.
Joba, obviously Detroit gives you the opportunity to grow this
beard. Is that something you always wanted to do?
No, not really. I guess when you're just told to shave every day for so long, you just say forget it after a while. It's not as easy as I thought, though. Once it gets long, you got to use like special conditioners and stuff like that, and these oils. So after a while, it's a lot. You got to comb it and make sure nothing's stuck in it. Don't want any birds or whatever coming out of it. This isn't Family Guy, so no, it's one of those things that's not like I don't even really notice anymore. But you're told to shave, and I'm extremely lazy and I don't like to shave, so I just said, forget it. I was just going to do it for spring training was all. And then I didn't shave one day, and 7 months later I still haven't shaved.
Joba, what kind of, fan reaction do you expect, hope for if you come out of the bullpen in the series?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I gave him everything I had, and obviously I had some great years. I had some terrible years. It's not any hidden things in there. I had good years, had bad years, had the opportunity to win World Series, and gave it everything I got. And I love the fans for it, and I tried to sign autographs and do all those things that I know mean so much to them, and it means a lot to us that the fans are there and doing that. And obviously, you're not going to make everybody happy, but I hope they know that every time I went out, whether good or bad, I gave them everything I got, and I wouldn't change anything for anything. I mean, the good, the bad, the indifferent. And I hope they appreciated the fact that, I did go out every time and try to do everything that I could to put up a zero and give us a chance to win.
Joba, I know you just said you don't look back, but do you ever think, what if things had gone the path that everyone had thought when you came up here?
Well, yeah, if you think that, life would be pretty boring if you do all that. But no, I'd experienced so much. The game of baseball is so short, and the game of life is so much bigger. And this game has taught me so much. It taught me to be patient, with all the rules and, the 5 days rest and then 8 days rest when you started. And, I wouldn't change it all. I wouldn't change anything. It taught me to be a better man. It taught me to be a better person. It taught me to be a better friend. It taught me to be a better father. And at the end, it taught me to be a better teammate. And it wasn't always easy. I'd be lying if I didn't say I got frustrated at times. But at the end, it made me a better person, and it made me a better baseball player. And, I use all of those things that my first 7 years in this offseason to kind of figure out how I could make myself better. And, without those experiences, without those opportunities, I don't think I would have the year I'm having this year.
When you with the Yankees, you always had a star-studded clubhouse. Now with the Tigers, you kind of had that, and then David walks in. What does it feel like?
I'm glad we don't have to face him anymore. The team over there, obviously seeing them for so many years and seeing their demeanor, and obviously in BP, and Miggy's always laughing at us or pointing at us and making fun of us, and then you get a chance to play with them and see them every day, and you understand why they've been so successful in the last few years, and being able to have 2 Cy Youngs, and then we get another Cy Young winner, and then I get to play with the active leader in saves now. I've been fortunate and blessed enough to play with a lot of great guys, and it's coming over there. It wasn't any different, obviously, with Miggy and Vic, and obviously signing Kinsler and all this. It's obviously nobody's ever going to be Derek Jeter. That's just the way it is. I had the fortunate pleasure to play with him for a lot of years, and it's no disrespect to anybody on my own team, but nobody will ever be Derek Jeter. And it was definitely a pleasure to be able to play with him and call him a teammate and call him a friend. And going into that clubhouse, it's the same way. You got one of the best baseball players, in the game, and Miggy, and to see that, and they're so similar and different in the same ways, to see why they are so successful. And it's been fun to play with both of them.
When David Price, the news came last week, he said that one of the first messages, he got a text message from you. Can you talk at all about your friendship with him, your relationship with David Price going back? Yeah,
just obviously them being in Tampa and spring training being in Tampa, I got to know him pretty well. And just, it's been fun to see, his progress over the last 6 years or whatever of his career. And, it's obviously he's continued to get better. And, obviously now when he first came up, he just threw. And, now he's able to pitch. He's locating his slider and his fastball. And, just as a competitor, he's a gamer. He's going to give you a chance to win every time out. And, it's going to definitely be fun to see him pitch more often.